When you start to realise the purpose something brings, you stop fearing it. This is a message for somebody that may be seeing something as a threat or is that you are fearful of, whether that's something happening or some kind of phobia that you have. And when you stop seeing that as a threat, when you stop seeing it as something that makes you freeze or makes you run away or makes you want to fight, then you start to realise the purpose of it and you don't fear it anymore. That the feeling doesn't take you anymore. So let's get into this and see, what are we talking about? What is it that you are fearful of at this time in your life? Honest echoes. Listen to the whispers of your heart, for you know the whole truth. So it's your honesty that you're afraid of at this time. You're afraid of being honest about something, and that might be because you're worried you're going to upset somebody with this honesty. Let's see what your runes are telling us. Yeah, so you've been through many different cycles recently, and it feels like you've been in a loop for a long time. So for some of you, this could be like the past 6 months or a year. You've been in this constant loop, and now that you've started to understand your honesty, now let's see your honesty as a spider in the corner of the room. And I'm saying that because you might not yourself be afraid of spiders, but many people are afraid of spiders. And it's almost like this spider hasn't made an appearance to you, but now you can see it in the corner of the room very clearly. And now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it, so you have to try and understand it. And that's what it is about your honesty. So it's the honesty here is that you understand you've been in this loop for a long time and you are sick of this loop now. You really want to come out of it, but there's a fear around what that would mean. Rado is representing a new direction. So you already know that it's time to break this cycle. It's time for this loop to end. It's time for you to take a new direction, but that may scare the living out of you. Athala. For some of you, what this is representing is it's time to bring yourself within to your home, because you've always got that. And hopefully, I hope I'm speaking to somebody who has that kind of home space. And I feel like you do. Whoever I'm channeling here, if this message is resonating to you so far, there's something about your home right now that is important. And it's about you spending that time there and maybe putting down whatever this loop is, because I feel like this loop has been pulling you away from your home. It's been pulling you away from your roots, from like the person that you actually truly are. And if you look at yourself now compared to where you were a few months ago or even a year ago, it feels like there are parts of your life that you're like missing now, because you're like, I don't do that anymore, and I don't do this anymore, because you're stuck in this loop and it's starting to get on your nerves. So I'm going to get into the T cards today to give you more information on what this actual loop is, so that you know that this is definitely your reading. So what is this loop that you're in, that you are fed up of? Quill, get back to basics. So something may have brought a lot of chaos into your life. This loop is kind of, I feel like you're a very peaceful person and you like to be at peace. You like to spend time maybe in nature or in your home being cozy, and something's kind of taken you away from that. Now, you may be seeing a lot of white feathers. You may have had feathers float down in front of you, or you found feathers and you find that there's a message with that. So maybe this is what it's telling you. Broom, new home, new attitude. Now, for some of you, it doesn't mean that you're actually going into a new home, but like I said before with Athala, it's about you sprucing up your home and being comfortable there. That is your safe place. That is the space where you need to be and need to go to help you break this loop. Ring, a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Now, this is another thing for some of you. If this situation, this loop that you're in, is to do with a relationship or a situationship or something that you're in that isn't really fulfilling you, but you're stuck in it and you don't know how to let go of it or collapse it, maybe you're avoiding that conversation for fear of hurting somebody. So actually you putting your time and attention into your home and into yourself and breaking this loop, if what you were looking for out of this was a higher level of commitment, then you can expect that. For others of you, it isn't going to be that. It's going to be that the loop is broken. but that's maybe a specific message for a few of you, okay? Great passion, okay? I feel like actually maybe for quite a few of you, it could actually be the turning point for you in this particular connection or this particular situation. So the fear that you're feeling at the moment is in you not facing that honesty. But once you face that honesty and you bring that honesty forward, I actually feel like it's going to make a big change to the connection, because that is what's needed here, is that honesty. So let's get into the tarot cards then and get a little bit more information. How do you do this? How are you going to go about this in the right way? So how are you going to go about this and make this change? Two of Cups. Oh my life. This is what was not what I was expecting. I didn't think this was going to be a love reading, but it feels like it is. So I feel like you need to see yourself and treat yourself like the lover that you would like. So start doing all the things that you would like from a partner, if that is what you are trying to bring into your life, okay? Because the situation that you're in is on loop and it's not going anywhere. It doesn't feel like it's really fulfilling you. And in you actually treating yourself the way that you would like to be treated, I feel like if the connection is deep enough with this person, which it feels like it actually is, then it's going to bring this commitment in and you are going to receive what it is that you want. You're going to get that, okay? I do feel that once you start pulling away and working on your home environment more and doing more for you, the fear is going to drop, because you're actually going to have this realization of like, I don't even know if I really need this in my life anymore. And the Knight of Swords is suggesting that the direction then that changes is actually something that brings like an opportunity in a lot faster. So I feel like this could actually be somebody rushing in to communicate with you, you know, or you are just going to be like communicating, really reeling off the honesty in a rapid fire way, okay? Because I feel like you've reached a level of self-worth now that you didn't have like a year ago or so. For some of you it could be longer than that, but I'm just getting between like 6 months to a year, that you've kind of been hiding from this honesty. Let me see. Ace of Wands. Yeah, there is a new passionate beginning coming in for you to do with this. If this honesty makes you fear what you're going to lose or what's going to happen, I actually don't feel like you're going to lose anything. I feel like this is actually going to make everything better and make it right. It's going to bring a lot of healing and a lot of ability for you to adjust things in a positive way. What else do you need to know about this? I feel like you need to know an outcome here, actually. What will this outcome be for you by bringing this honesty forward? Okay, the Chariot's just come out on there. Now, the outcome I've also seen, I can't unsee it, the Five of Wands on the bottom, but the Knight of Swords is still peeking out at the bottom there as well. Now, the Five of Swords is usually about like conflicts. So I do feel that there will be a little bit of challenge to what your honesty is. And I feel like you're expecting that anyway. And you may be very shaky in bringing that forward. But it seems to be that it's actually bringing everything together. And how you are being is going to be mirrored back to you by somebody else. So it is almost like, you know, what you want is actually what this other person wants. And they're waiting for you, I feel, to bring this honesty forward. They need to know this. And likewise, you need to hear yourself say it. You need to hear yourself say, like, these are my fears. This is what I want. This is my honesty. This is how I want my life to be. And I don't feel fulfilled. And that's basically what you're going to be saying. So any more information do we have for you on this? What more information do we have? Yeah, okay. You've been ruminating on this for some time. It's been in your mind for a little while now. So you almost got the script ready in your mind of like what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. We've got the Knight of Cups on the bottom there. I don't know what's on the bottom. The Empress. Yeah, this is actually going to go better than you think. Honesty is always the best policy, okay? Knight of Cups, this could actually be like someone apologising to you, and the Empress is like you receiving what you want. If this resonates with you, drop me a DM and book in for personalised reading. Have a